Hello and welcome to City Insights. I'm Beth Batson. We've been sitting down with key city leaders to talk about what's happening in the electric city. Our guest today, Councilman Chuck Anderson. Welcome, Councilman.
Thank you for having me, Beth. I appreciate it.
You represent Seat 8, one of two at-large seats on the Anderson City Council. That means you represent the entire geographic area of the city, right?
That's correct. Yes, ma'am. I actually took the seat formerly held by Mr. Dunaway for quite a large number of years. So it's been a pleasure to serve so far. So
have you found that being an at-large representative presents any particular challenges or opportunities?
Well, I think it's a good thing because I get to see what's happening in the entire city rather than sometimes when you have an area you kind of get focused on the problems or the wants and needs of a particular area. But by being at large, I've gotten kind of the perspective of the entire city. I take the opportunity, and we have many community meetings throughout the city that several communities have formed groups. And so I try to attend as many of those as possible so I actually can hear what's going on in each part of the city and try to do my best to help them in any way I can. So it's a nice challenge.
You must be especially proud to get to make a difference here in Anderson. What led you to public service?
Well, I grew up here, went to the old McCants downtown, and then graduated from T.L. Hanna. Went off to school, went to Furman University, came back, went to law school, came back to Anderson. I've been here the rest of my life. Public service kind of started, I have two children, Charlie who's 11 and Emma who's 9, and they attend Concord Elementary. And we had some issues when the school district was rezoning certain areas of the district, and I represented our neighborhood. I'm a lawyer. I represented our neighborhood in front of the school board based on those districting issues, and actually got interested in running for the school board. And my wife encouraged me, and since I had two children that were obviously very important to me as to how the district was being run, I ran for School District 5 Board of Trustees. That was 8 years ago. Served 8 years on the school board. And then when the opportunity speaking with Mr. Dunaway, I found out that he was not going to continue to run for his seat. I saw the opportunity to run for city council. I thought maybe I could make a difference. I can't say that I made a difference on the school board. I like to think I did, but I felt like I could make a difference with the Anderson City Council as well. So that's how I got here today.
And you're in your first term. You've been on council about 9 months. So what have you learned? It's a interesting job. People really don't understand everything that goes on behind the scenes. I learned that with the school board. You don't realize who all's doing what, with budgets and employment and benefits. And so when I came on the city council, it's the same type of learning curve. I've gotten out, and it's nice to meet all the heads of the different departments and find out what everybody really does, other than what you think they do. And I think it's been a smooth transition, and I've enjoyed it so far. And you serve on the Public Safety Committee. So, as you mentioned, you're a lawyer by profession. You must bring a unique perspective to that group. Speak to that.
Well, I do, because I have spent some time in the Anderson Municipal Court. It's one of the areas I think that the whole Public Safety Committee is focused on is bringing the court system into the 21st century, or 21st century now, and being as up-to-date technology-wise as we can, and making the courts run as smoothly as possible. So that's always been important to me. Of course, we're going through transitions in the police department, which all seemed to occur right when I joined the city council. So I want to let everybody know that wasn't my fault. Just because I got elected, that wasn't what occurred. But we're going through some transitions. But I think we're improving the police department day by day, and the Public Safety Committee is certainly focused on making Anderson a safe place for everyone, so all the neighborhoods.
You also serve on the Public Works Utilities Committee, which is concerned with very important basic services for our citizens. What can you tell us about the function of that group?
Well, and that committee is probably just as important or more than any other one, because, you know, in order to have a good town, you need to have services to meet the expectations of your citizens, and good, clean, safe water. People want courteous and quick trash pickup. They want, you know, their sewer systems not to be backed up. They want everything to run smoothly, so that it's a really important function of the city to be able to provide those services to all the citizens of Anderson. I think we have probably top-notch people in each of those departments. So I very rarely get complaints. As a matter of fact, just the other day I got a call from a gentleman about the street department, and he had cut some trees. And normally you think you get these calls where, hey, I got a problem, they won't pick something up. But this guy just wanted to call and tell me how courteous our street people were, that they cleaned up and even sent the street sweeper over there and sweeped up after they cleaned all the limbs and trees out. So that just gives you a good example of the kind of people that we have working in our street department and in all our public service departments. So
that's great. It's good to hear, and it's good to hear a nice compliment like that.
It certainly is.
It's an exciting time at the city. Our new downtown park, our upgrades at Lindley Park, new ball fields, walking trails. Talk to us about that for a minute.
Anderson's just progressing wonderfully. I mean, we have so much going on these days. When I attend these community meetings, I always try to remind people that don't necessarily come downtown very often to please drive by and take a look over the fence at what's happening with our park. Lindley Park is just amazing. I actually used to live right at the corner of Edgewood and North Avenue, so I used to live right at the corner of that park when I first came back to Anderson. And it's just amazing how beautiful that park is and is going to be into the future. And we just hope, you know, as a council, to be able to keep moving forward and progressing, because Anderson has such potential, and we have certain areas that really have a lot to offer to all the citizens. So I'm really excited about where we're going with our recreation parks. We have quite a bright future there, I think. So
we do. And what are you most proud of at the city, and what are you most excited about going forward?
Well, I certainly would think the downtown park has got to be the most exciting thing that's happened around here in a long time. We have such an opportunity to use that area to promote a wonderful lifestyle in Anderson. Festivals, downtown events. Our downtown, I think, is eventually going to burst at the seams when that park brings people downtown and see what we have to offer. So I think that's probably the most exciting. It's going to be one of the most exciting things that happens in the near future. So I'm really looking forward to it. Everybody seems to be really looking forward to it.
Anything else you'd like to share with us today?
Well, certainly I'd just like to thank everybody at the city, from John Moore to Linda to everybody, the department heads. Everyone has been extremely helpful to me in my transition as a city councilman. Like I said, there's always a learning curve, and everybody has certainly been helpful in any questions that I've had to ask. It's nice to be able to go to a board meeting and everything's organized and everybody's prepared to move forward. So I certainly want to compliment my fellow council members that everybody is greatly interested in moving Anderson forward, and everybody's usually prepared and well versed on the issues that are occurring. And so I certainly want to thank all the board members for their support, and I certainly look forward to serving on into the future.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilman, and thank you for your willingness to serve.
Well, thank you for having me, Beth. I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure.
And thank you for joining us here on City Insights. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to email us at currentbuzz@cityofandersonsc.com. And have a great day in the Electric City.